Yeah, I live just around the corner from a dog grooming salon.
Is that right?
Yeah, it looks pretty salubrious in there.
In fact, it sounds to me like you're surrounded by salons, because don't you live in the same building as a salon, except one for humans?
Yeah, well, as listeners would be aware, unless you've never listened before or you weren't paying attention.
Or in case you've tuned in just for the first time today to In My Backyard on Radio Northern Beaches, 88.7 and 90.3 FM.
We stream live on the internet.
At rnb.org.au.
Now, and don't give up just because it's kind of like, I guess, where we're at with our streaming and kind of where we're at with our radio signal is back in the days when I used to go for holidays in caravans, and Dad used to spend a lot of time working on the TV antenna.
With that funny flat cable that you could sort of see through that's dangling up the side of the caravan there.
Yeah.
Wow, they were the days, weren't they?
Coat hangers and things like that.
Yeah.
So you might need to stick a coat hanger in your laptop and see how you go, because the streaming is a bit "how's your father," I believe, is the correct jargon. Do you know, Colin, I believe that Narrabeen, where I live, might be the salon capital of Australia.
Now, that is an issue. Now, listeners, just in case you were wondering, we have a format here at In My Backyard, and our format is that we have segments, and the segment that you're currently listening to is Talk Me Through the Issues.
Which, uncharacteristically for us, doesn't have its own sting.
No, it doesn't. That's amazing. Well, actually, maybe the sting is the news. The news sting kind of works its way into Talk Me Through the Issues. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a flow-on sting.
Okay, let's go with that. Could we have a competition for people to suggest a sting?
For Talk Me Through the Issues. Because the issues, let's face it, when you go somewhere and you're meeting with people, socialising with them, inevitably someone will start telling stories, issues will come up. Sometimes the issues get a little bit sticky, a little bit tricky. People get a little bit hot under the collar. And that's what we're here for at In My Backyard. We help you through the issues.
Well, we want to diffuse. We're like issue bomb experts.
Yes, we like to know what's going on. We like to know how to solve the problems. And we'd like to know why is the Northern Beaches the salon capital of Australia?
Yeah, I would think that our per capita hairdresser to, well, community person, resident,
yeah,
local, hairdresser to local is off the charts in Narrabeen. What's going on?
So does that mean that there are a lot of people going to salons, or does it mean that the salon industry is somewhat saturated and people are really, fighting for business? Maybe if there are some salon owners listening right now, they could send us an email at inmybackyardrnb@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Or they could send a text to that phone number that we...
13RNB. Probably not a good idea to text that, no.
I wouldn't do that. That'd be horrible.
So when you go to your stylist, see, I go to a barber. So I go to an Italian barber where you just walk in and there's a whole bunch of chairs and they're all wearing white coats and it's all very animated and so forth. I don't have stylists.
Right.
In fact, every time I go there, they say, okay, how would you like your hair done? And I say, oh, look, just make me look like Tom Cruise.
Right.
I'm happy with that. Mm-hmm. And they sort of give me a weird look and they go, yeah, righto. But if you're seeing a stylist, that sounds like serious business.
Well, I guess thanks to the wonder of, videography, people, listeners can now become viewers and see that I, in fact, don't have a great deal of hair.
Well, that's funny. I'd even forgotten that the cameras were watching. Listeners, Brad Fuller doesn't have a lot of hair for a stylist to work with.
I think, importantly, though, I could have more, but I do have a great deal of it cut off quite regularly. So I go to see the stylist every 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Gee, I'm my hair grows fairly quickly, but I'm a maybe once every 5 to 6 weeks kind of guy.
There's the irony.
I don't understand anything anymore.
No. But, it's a good experience.
So do they, how long does it take? I mean, it looks to me like it'd be maybe a number 3 and maybe 5 minutes work?
No, it's a number 2, but then there's all sorts of scissor work to be done. You start to see the numbers. I think this is why I think people that do it at home are missing so much of the picture, because the clippers are just the start. It's just the beginning. And I think your man in the bathroom at home with the clippers is just missing out on half of the hair cutting experience. To watch a a skilled stylist who's, let's face it, has been through an apprenticeship and all sorts of training.
They've got a certificate.
Yeah, a certificated hairstylist working the comb and the scissors. Well, you know what? The thing is, my grandmother was a hairdresser.
No way. Well, I can see the attachment now to the stylist issue.
I didn't even work this. Oh, man, see the value of talking me through the issues?
Oh, wow.
Colin, thank you.
We draw things out here in my backyard. It's almost like a counselling service for the community. It's almost like the community purging.
My grandmother cut my hair. Maybe there's something.
Yeah. I think some genes were transmitted.
Wow.
Maybe she used nanorobots.
Or nanorobots. So
moving right along.
The key for me is the hair washing / conditioning.
You get a wash and condition. So you just go in for the whole. Do you get a bit of a? Did you get a bit of a? I have to be careful how I say this. Therapeutic manipulation of the scalp.
Yeah, they have a massage chair at the basin. And if I don't know, if I've engaged them sufficiently in conversation, they do put it on. And what I've learnt is, if we can find common ground in our chat and really get on a roll in the conversation, then it takes longer in the chair.
Oh, yes. So, do you know, I've often, occasionally at the barber, there's one or two lady barbers.
Whoa.
Lady hairdressers.
Okay.
And because it's a bit of a potluck draw where I go, it's just next in line.
Yeah.
I often hope that I get one of the ladies because I generally find that they're there's a little bit more how would you say tenderness. Yeah, it's a nicer experience.
Yeah. Whoa. Now
I do feel more relaxed.
I can understand that on so many levels.